Hey guys, Pampered Chef Donna here, and I was going to make some baked ziti today, and I just wanted to show you guys a really quick, uncomplicated way to make baked ziti. So I'm going to take a bowl, and I'm going to crack an egg. Simple. And I'm going to whisk the egg around a little bit. Now I'm going to add my garlic, which is about a quarter cup of garlic. And the reason I do it this way is because I want it to totally be throughout the entire baked ziti, not just on different spots, you know, as far as like clumping. I don't like that. Here is a half a cup of freshly ground Parmesan cheese, and I will link in below all the different utensils that I used. Next, I'm going to add 4 cups of creamy ricotta, and I'm going to start mixing that in. And you know, like I said, the reason that I mix it all at the beginning is because I want it to be throughout the entire baked ziti. You know, did you ever make a baked ziti where sometimes people layer it or they clump it, which is what you would do with a lasagna? I don't like doing that with baked ziti because then sometimes you take a bite that tastes, you know, one way, and then you take a different bite and it tastes a different way, and that's because the ingredients are not spread very well. Okay, so now we have that pretty mixed up, and I'm going to add 2 cups of ground mozzarella, shredded mozzarella, and I'm going to incorporate all that, and then, oops, dropped a piece. As long as you get it all mixed around, it's all good. Now, you know, there's other ways that I make baked ziti, but this is my literal, you know, go-to, quick and easy baked ziti. I'm making a giant pot of meat sauce. And actually, I made such a big pot of meat sauce that when I don't use all of it, I'll be able to take leftover and make some chili and some sloppy joes. So I think I posted online the different ways to reconstruct leftovers. What a great idea, right? So now in here I have all my different seasonings. I will post them below. It's basically garlic powder, basil, Italian seasoning, oregano, parsley, salt, and pepper. And I'm going to put half of that in, and I'm going to mix a little bit so I get that down on the bottom. And then I'm going to put some more, because you want that also to be mixed in together. Check out these. Look at these guys. They all fit into each other so nicely. I'm all about simplicity in the kitchen, you know, and that's why, like, I'm always posting stuff, because I want to be able to show you guys that cooking could be fun, it could be enjoyable, and it can be easy, you know. As long as you have all the right tools, you're not running around your kitchen saying, how am I going to cut this? What am I going to do? How am I going to do that? I take everything I'm going to use and I put it right here in front of me as I'm getting ready to cook, and I just cook. Okay, so now I'm over here where you guys can't see me. I have my pan, and I'm going to put some sauce on the bottom of my pan. Not too much, just a little bit, so that my noodles don't stick to the pan. And just like that, we have sauce on the bottom of the pan. Now, the way that I prefer to put my ricotta mixture in with my macaroni is I keep the pot that I made it in, and I just dump it in there. Or you can use a big bowl, or better yet, here's an idea, and the only reason I'm not doing this is because I'm going to be freezing it, is this beautiful bowl from Pampered Chef. fits 2 pounds of macaroni perfectly, and you could put this in the oven, but I want to freeze mine, so I wanted it to be a rectangular pan. This can go in the freezer, but because it's round, I find for me it's easier to put a rectangular or a square pan in my freezer. So anyway, rather than dirty up another bowl, I'm going to use the pot that I made the pasta in. I have rinsed my pasta, and I have put a little bit of olive oil, just a drop, because the reason you shouldn't put a lot of olive oil on your pasta, especially when you're cooking it, is because when you go to put your sauce on it, it causes the sauce to not stick to your macaroni or your spaghetti, your pasta, whatever you want to call it. So here I am. I'm just about done mixing this. That's why I like using the pot. Whoops, because it's easier to work in the same pot, and it's less of a mess, less that I have to wash. And yeah. And I always put a little hand towel underneath my work area so that all I have to do is pick it up and throw it in the wash. Yeah. So that's pretty much done. So now all of my flavor is throughout the entire 2 pounds of pasta. Okay. And that's that, my friend. Now I'm going to take my ladle and I'm going to put, whoa guys, I'm making a mess. Hey, you know what? I keep telling everybody, I am a pampered chef. I am not a perfect chef. Clearly not a perfect chef. So I make mistakes. I'm going to put this here so you guys can see it. And I'm going to fill it up. And this literally, except for the time that it cooks, the pasta takes to cook, this is done. Like, this is literally, I don't even know, 7 minutes I've been on this video. So 7 minutes, 8 minutes to prep, 10 minutes most. And I'm just going to keep filling it up. Now please don't post below, no, you don't make it that way, you're supposed to do it this way. This is just one of my ways of making baked ziti. It's just a very quick, simple way to make it. Sometimes I put meat in it, sometimes I put sausage, sausage, beef, whatever. There's so many different ways to make this. Now I'm going to grab my pot of sauce, which I think you guys can see is in my rock crock here. How beautiful is that? Let me rinse this out. And I'm going to top it with some sauce. Doesn't that look yummy, guys? And by the way, I made meat sauce. I think I said that at the beginning of the video, so that I can use it for some chili, whatever's left over, and then I can also make some sloppy joes. So actually, I end up with 3 meals out of 1. I'm going to move that over, and I have some amazingly fresh sliced mozzarella that I'm going to place on the top, just like this. And it's that simple, guys. The video has been going for 9 minutes. So, like I said, this is what I call a 10-minute baked ziti. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bon appetit, and thank you for visiting my kitchen. Bye.